later. All right, so let's move into some music. All right. Sexyy Red cancels multiple shows. I want y'all to read that right there. What does that say? The last sentence right there. What does that say? Red was right. Oh, yes. All you Sexyy Red, y'all not even fans because she don't really have a fan base like that. And this tour being canceled, well, tour dates being canceled shows that. If you remember, last month or a couple of months ago, I was talking about that. It was a report that came out that said that Sexyy Red only sold like 40% of her tickets, and her tour was on the verge of being canceled. And guess what happened? Her tour dates, some of her tour dates ended up getting canceled, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got the article right here. Give me just a second. All right, so yeah, here it is, plain as day, and I knew this was gonna happen because I pay attention to the data. Sexyy Red discreetly cancels multiple tour stops. Y'all see that? So it says just about a month ago, reports came out that Red had been, and that's Sexyy Red, not J Red, had been suffering from low ticket sales. All right. So it says the presence of hip hop very strong. Her presence in hip hop is very strong, but it's taking a hit right now, according to some digging by the Jasmine brand. The STL MC is already having to cancel a handful of her shows for her second headlining tour. Now I don't know what her first headliner tour was. Of course, it had to be small, but August 22nd in Seattle at the WAMU Theater, Portland, Oakland. The only one that's supposed to happen right now is the one at State Farm Arena, and that's supposed to be this Saturday on the 24th. But yeah, some fans are upset and stuff like that. It says, bitch, I'm trying so hard to not to cure Sexyy Red. Why is Ho cancel her show out here? Why would you cancel the show in Oakland? With the F? I'll tell you why she canceled it. Because y'all didn't buy the tickets. You didn't buy the tickets, and that's because she don't have a real fan base. She does not have a real fan base. And what you said, y'all was right. They choosing the wrong locations. Yeah. See, this the thing. Just because she has hit records, just because she got the Drake co-sign, which isn't that much right now for obvious reasons, but just because she got the streaming and all that, I told you to pay attention to her first week record sales. Sexyy Red, the In Sex We Trust album, sold like 27,000 units, equivalent album units the first week. Now, for today's standards, that's low. Back then, if you sold that much, your record label would drop you, but it's a little different nowadays because they could make money other ways besides that. But I told DJ PM, he told me that it didn't matter because she does shows and all this. I'm like, yeah, if she does, if it's a festival and she comes out and performs, and I done already paid $200, $300, $400 to see other acts, and Sexyy Red with a hot single, what's it, Ski Yee, and Get It Sexy, if she performing, hell yeah, why not? I already done paid for it. I didn't pay to see her, but she's already on the bill, just like One Music Fest. One Music Fest is 2 nights, and they got multiple artists, multiple acts. Last year I went. Did I pay to see Trina? No. Did I pay to see Yo-Yo? No. Lady of Rage? No. But since they were there, I went on ahead and watched them. That's what I paid for. I paid to see Kendrick Lamar. I paid to see T-Pain. But they were a part of the package, and I was already out there all day. So why not see them? That's the equivalent to Sexyy Red. But you can't sell 20-something thousand the first week and expect to go on a full-fledged tour and arenas. Why would you do that? Her team set her up for failure. 20,000 the first week? Now, I know people like to say record sales don't matter, but they still are a measuring point to see what you could do at the end of the day. And you talking about House of Blues. Jalitha, I don't even think she could do House of Blues. You said add some new heavy hitters like Bossman. She had Honcho. And added him, but I'm like, that ain't strong enough. See, if Sexyy Red would go on tour with Megan, Cardi, JT, that could help. It would have to be, see, if JT, Sexyy Red, and Lotto went on tour, possibly they could do some arenas. But Sexyy Red with Honcho, Sexyy Red with these newer rappers, no. I don't even think House of Blues, because think about this. The reason I say Sexyy Red don't have a real fan base is because She's a parody act, pretty much. When you look at it, she's performative. People like listening to the music to get them riled up and get them lit, but obviously they're not buying into her album. They're not trying to line up and listen to her album. And you got to think, would they pay two if these artists like Lil Baby had to cancel their tours and concerts, and Moneybagg Yo had to cancel some shows, and they sell way more records than Sexyy Red, right? Jennifer Lopez just had to cancel her tour. Justin Timberlake, I don't think his tour is canceled, but he has a lot of low ticket sales. Why in the world would somebody want to spend $100 to $200 to go see Sexyy Red? That means that you have to buy the ticket with the extra fees and all that. You have to drive and park somewhere that's going to be $50, go in there and watch her perform. How many people are going to be doing that in large bulk? How many people are going to be doing that in large bulk? Oh, we getting there. Maestro, we getting there. It's coming. But that's not possible. And I told folks this. It's like but the stuff that she does, her antics, like that lip gloss line I'll be talking about, that type of stuff doesn't translate into people buying into you. Yeah, you could have hit records, but just because you have hit records, the sales matter and what you do matter. A lot of people look at her as a performative buck dancing Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? She plays into that ratchet stuff, but she's not ladylike. Women don't really buy into Sexyy Red like that. And this tour is showing you what I'm talking about. I think they like her. They like some of her antics and all this stuff, but she is performative versus Megan, for example. Like when women listen to Megan, they feel female empowerment. Now, I've been very critical of Megan, but I'm not naive to say that she doesn't have a movement. Hot Girl Summer is a movement. That's why she could snag Glorilla, and Megan ain't no high seller either, but she can snag Glorilla, and they can go and do a bunch of tour dates and do arenas because you feel that women empowerment from her. But when you talk about Sexyy Red, somebody that don't even look like a star that shouldn't even be here, and you know she's being shoved down our throats. Come on, man. I hope nobody didn't see. I hope nobody thought that she was going to be selling out arenas. Now, I think that she could do a tour for sure. It would have to be way smaller venues. Like if she came to Atlanta, I think she could do the highest that she could do is the Coca-Cola Roxy. I don't even think she could do that. I think she could do center stage. If you look at Lotto don't be trying to do no arenas by herself. No, they track the data. They can say we got hit records here, hit records there. But look at her album sales. If she ain't cracking 100K, why the hell would we go and do some tours that are in arenas? State Farm Arena? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You said them rappers born with no stage presence. I wouldn't pay to see none of the rappers you name. Exactly. That's another thing. Folks ain't finna be spending a bunch of money, especially after we still trying to recover from the pandemic and all this inflation. Ain't nobody about to spend $200 to $300, $400 on these rappers that are just gonna get on stage and lip sync. Ain't nobody about to do that, especially for a damn Sexyy Red. And you got to think what type of environment. She could do club dates, club venues for sure. But when you're talking about theaters, arenas, nah. Yeah, Future, unless he with Metro. Yeah, Future, him and Metro doing pretty good right now. But I told you. I don't care how many hit records she has. I've been covering Sexyy Red for like a couple of years now. I didn't think she was gonna last this long, to be honest, but she's riding it out. But speaking of her making